So this is a tier list of all of the best trios, or most of the best trios, or the land qualified trios from either EU, NA, or NA West, with the addition of Bucky's trio, Epic's trio, and Maro's trio, which are like the land hopefuls from West, I guess, or the notable names on West. So there's 24 teams total. We are ranking them based on how good they are in general, not really what we think they're gonna get in grands. So this isn't a prediction. This is a ranking based on skill. So like obviously you have Malabuka and Queasy conning each other. We're not gonna put them both in like D tier because of that. We're gonna put them where we actually think they are based on how good they are. So the first team we have is a land hopeful, I'd say. Chap, Savage, and Rezon. I think this is a solid start to the list. I think this is a solid B team for now. Maybe move them down. I don't know how many Bs we're going to have, but I think they're a good B option. I think like a borderline land team or like a decent land team is like a B tier team. But like they might end up being low B here. And I do fear they are getting joined by Tayson. Tayson is 100% a B tier team. Tayson, last place land qual last season, they got 7th. And this season, maybe they get like top 7 again. So, I mean, Tayson is definitely above Chap because they are called land. But definitely B tier for Tayson. So we're definitely going to have to see how many teams we have in the B tier. I think Tayson's probably like a higher B tier. Just skimming through the teams, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. Now, this team is actually going to be hard to rank. Darm, Dimas, and Pix. I think this is A. Like, they're like low A. I think there's going to be some good teams we're going to have to put in A. I think they're like low to mid A. Me, but they are definitely an A tier, like good top tier team on EU for sure. Then we have Flixie, Vino, Vico, season 1 winners. They're definitely in the S tier, our first S tier team. I think, I mean, easily they're like arguably the favorites going into this season too. But yeah, they're definitely S. Now Pablo is definitely probably S as well, below Flixie though. Pablo's team is good. Ferdoxy, Pablo, and Chino definitely S tier, like a lowish S tier though. I mean, if they win grands this season, 1st and 2nd on EU, depending on what they get in grands, I feel like they're getting predicted to win by a decent amount of people. So if they go 1st and 2nd on EU, they might low-key be on paper the best EU team going into LAN, because they are also considered the best off-spawn team on EU as well. Then we have Yapko, Panzer, and SETI, another LAN hopeful team on EU. I would say this team is like around Mr. Savage. Would you guys consider this team better than Mr. Savage? Is Yapko, Panzer, SETI better? So I would consider them better than Savage, so definitely in the B tier. We'll see if we move them down. But I don't know. I don't know if we're moving them down. We'll see. We'll definitely change some teams up at the end. If we have too many teams like B tier, we'll move them down. The next team we have is the most consistent EU team of the year so far, Malabuka Ping Walks. Malabuka Ping Walks, definitely S tier. Probably we put them above Fred. They have a better overall year so far than Fred. So we have them above Fred for sure. Definitely an S tier team though. I think they're above Fred though. I think Fred passes them this season in grands if they outplace them, but going into grands, I think Malabuka has the edge on them. So I think they are above Fred, arguably above Vino, but Vino did beat them in grands, so I think Vino's ahead of them. Then we have Marius, Pixie, Vanya. I think Marius, Pixie, Vanya are the best team on EU. I think this is the best team on EU, the highest S tier so far for EU. I just think they are the best. I think they might win again. I think Marius, Pixie, Vanya are about to put the zone merchant allegations to rest, unless obviously they get 30 zones again. But I do think they're the best team on EU. So we have 4 EU S's. Now we have Queasy, Murstache, Swizzy, A tier. Underwhelming. Underwhelming is what I would consider this team. Conned in season 1 and looked great. Season 2, Uncon looked worse somehow. I don't know. I feel like low key you could even argue that Darm's better, but I think we give them the edge over Darm. But I do think these two are A's. I mean, you could argue both of these teams are S's, but I think after we put the NA teams on, we'd have way too many S's. So I think we're gonna have to be pretty bold start with our S's here. The next EU team we have and the last EU team we have is Skivvy Teeny Trulex, another land hopeful. Once again, I'm gonna ask the question: is this team better than Mr. Savage? They're probably a little. This might be our first C. If they're worse than Mr. Savage, which I mean, this team has been, as a whole, these three players I feel like just have been super underwhelming this year. But they could qual to land. I mean, they definitely have a great shot. But I'm not gonna lie. I think we put them in D. I think we have Trulex as our only EUC team moving forward. Next, we have Acornagers Poyo, our first NA team. Obviously, S. They're definitely above those two. Do we think they are a better team this year than Vino? I think right now they're playing at best in the world level. I don't think I put them above Marius, though. Because of the last year blunder, they are playing at like the best in the world level, I'd say, or arguably best in the world level, but I'm putting them behind Vanya. You can call me like a Vanya Glazer, but like, I don't know. I genuinely think this team is like arguably the best right now. So, and I think Marius could potentially in my favorites to win again on EU. So I think Marius is about to go back to back. I don't think Acorn's winning Central. So just based on that, I'm definitely keeping Marius and them ahead of Acorn. But next we have Minish Braids and Visuals. This one is about to have a lot of mixed opinions. This team is very up and down. They got 4th in Grands last season. Haven't played that well this season, but are uncon the same POI. I think they're just like a Grands team. They're not a very good Opens team. I think they're a pretty solid set lobby team. I think they're B though. They're like either above Tayson or behind Tayson. I don't necessarily think it matters. I think we'll put them behind Tayson. We'll put them behind Tayson. I think they could do good. Like they could be another sneaky top 5 like Central team again. I mean, they're just too inconsistent though in general. Their Opens are very mid. They don't qual to a lot of things. So I think we are gonna put them in B. Then we have Bolts, Kanata, and Rapid. They have been playing great. And we obviously know what happened in Season 1. I think these two teams are better than them. Unless Kanata can like top 3, top 2 Grands this weekend, I think they're behind these two teams. They're a very good A team, though. Arguably in contention to win Central. I think they're a great pick for the A tier. I don't think you can put them above these two yet. Definitely up there though. The next Central team we have is Booga, Craze, and Threats. I don't know. I don't know where to put them. I think this is the best B team. I don't think they should be in the same tier as the teams above them. I think this is the best B. They're probably about to qual land. They could top 5, but I think their most likely placement in Grands is about to be 5th or 6th, which is honestly not even that much better than what Tayson got last season. I think they're top B. I think they're better than Tayson, but they could be lower than Tayson. But I'll put them above Tayson for now. Because they do have potential to like top 4, potentially. And then next we have Cooper, Curly, and Reet. The team that formed right before Grands last season, got a bunch of zones and got 3rd. and this season just haven't really done anything at all. I think this is low-key a B-tier team too, and they're about to not do good in Grands again. Or not again, but they're about to not do good in Grands on top of everything else that's been happening. But I definitely think they're better. Like, this team has they won a Cash Cup last season. Obviously, it was Star Wars. But they've done, like, pretty well in Cash Cups. I still think they're better than, like, these two teams. But well, these three LAN teams, I would say they're a better team. Unless they were carried that bad last season, I definitely think they're better. I mean, we'll see. Maybe somehow they get uncon and Grands and pop off again, but I mean, cons right now, I just don't see them doing well. So I don't think that's going to help their case on being any better than this at all. Then we finally have another S tier team. We have Clicks, Iamzo, and Higgs. Potentially could win this weekend. So that would put them at, if they win this weekend, they have a first, second, third this year. They have a second and third in the first two seasons. They've kind of slowed down this season. So I don't know where I want to put them. They've kind of slowed down to me. Fred has won a divisional cup this season, I believe. So I think they're bottom S. I think they are the last team we put an S out of every team we have remaining here, which is still good. I mean, they're still they're going to end up being like a top 7 team in the world. But I just think with this season, them kind of on the downtrend, I think they're bottom S because Fred has looked even better than last season. I mean, Fred's team wasn't even really considered that good last season until they got second in Grands, I feel. I mean, they literally were a last chance team. And then we have, I don't know where I'm going to put this team, but I have so much faith in this team. You guys don't even, I mean, you guys probably know because I say it every day, but Phaser, King, and PH Sin. Coming from Brazil, they were conned in their first divisional cup here, in the only divisional cup they got to play in. But they've looked good. They've looked pretty good to me. I think this team is a better team on paper and basically, like, if you're going by like how good they've been playing, I think this is a better team than Bugha. I think they're skill wise, this team is just better. They have better players. I don't know if I can put them above them teams though, but I want to. I'm putting them above Reed too. I think Reed just, I don't think Reed deserves to be above a team that's playing well like this right now. Maybe we look at this after this weekend, but I think Phaser, King, PH Zen, top 5 this weekend on Nay, and solidify themselves as like a very good team going into LAN. Because I think they're going to be uncon in LAN. I think they're going to do well at LAN. Anything below like 6th or 7th in Grands this weekend to me, I'd be mind blown. But the next team we have, let's waste no time, shall we? Come on. Peterbot's number 1. If they're uncon again this weekend, they're winning again. They're just better. They've won 6,000 cash cups this season or this year. They are the best team. They just played bad in the first season. Still dropped 900 points. Y'all are gonna say glaze, but it's actually, I think it's low-key impossible to glaze them. Like, if anything, I'm not glazing enough. Yeah, Pollo's team, you could argue that Pollo's team's been slightly better this season, but they're not conning each other anymore. Pollo can no longer make that team look terrible. So they've kind of escaped prison in a way. So that is my S tier. I don't think we have any other S tier teams left, not even close. So we have 7 teams in S tier, which might seem like a lot, but like all of these teams are just that good to me. Which I think is fine. I think it's fine that we have 7 S tier teams. These teams are all S tier caliber. And then the last team we have from Central is a Vive, G Money, and Rise. A team that's been conned all season. but a team that's low-key been playing well when they get to actually like playoff spawn. I don't think this team gets to prove how good they actually are because they're always conned. So C tier for me. Better than Trulex though, without a doubt. They just don't get to prove much. And I don't think you can really rate them as like a higher team based on them winning a couple games in scrims. And because, I mean, they're not even going to play well this weekend because they're conned again, most likely. We're definitely moving Savage down, though. I think I'm just going to wait until... Just wait until we're done. We're going to move Savage down. Then we get to the West teams. Now, these teams are actually going to be pretty hard to rank. Because where do we fit these teams in with EU and Central team? We have Arc, School, and Salco. FNCS winners last season on West. Landing the best POI again. Could arguably win again. C tier. I don't know. C tier. They're just C to me. They pub stomp. I just think they pub stomp. They key all the bad teams on West. So I think they are top C. Now the next team, like, I think Baka, Pars, and Pump would translate way better to better regions than Arc. That's why I think this team is like an actual B tier team. Let's just move these teams down now. We'll move them two down now. I think Baka, Pars, Pump are basically a Minish Braids visuals on an A. Like, these two teams are like pretty similar to me. So I think they are like somewhere... They fit somewhere in this section. I don't know exactly where. They've played great when they've played Central tournaments. I think they have like a... They have a 6th, I believe, from Pumped Power. And then I don't even know what they finished in the last Divisional Cup where they only played 3 games. But they were literally top 3 from Shogun. Or top 2 from Shogun in 3 games. I mean, arguably, probably better than a Minish. But I think we keep the Minish up there because Minish is just a pretty great Grands team. Bucky, Ocus, and Virgo. Bottom C. If they make land, I'm mind blown. They're definitely worse than these two. Definitely worse than them. I think they could just be like a product of West being bad this season. I don't think they're D though. Like, if this team was playing on Central, they'd be like a fringe top 12-ish team, which I wouldn't. I mean, that's Trulex could be something like that on a U. Like, I definitely think they're bottom C. I don't think they deserve D. I think D's a little too crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Then we have Epic, Paper, and Victor V. Now, y'all might think this team is bad, but this team is literally 3 LAN players from last year. Paper did take a break, but like, I don't think Paper's the type of player where like a decent, like a 6-month break is gonna like destroy him. Not like Paper was like Peterbot. This is my favorite to make land from West this season. This is my favorite. I don't know where that would put them though. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely... I feel like they really can only... I'll say behind Rise. Above Trulex, behind Rise is a solid spot for me. Because I think Rise's team is good. I mean, they just haven't gotten to show anything. If Rise was on con, Rise would be a pretty close LAN team. And then the last team we have the arguably the GOAT Marrow, but I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Phoenix and Thork. Phoenix could be a good player. I'm pretty sure Phoenix is like kind of new, but I mean Thork. That team is just in general, like, if they qual LAN, like that's good for them, but that team is not. So the West teams definitely don't get that much love. We have Baka and B, we have Ark and C, Bucky C, and Marrow D. I don't know. I think Baka, Pump, and Pars are the only West team that would translate to LAN, or like Central. Maybe Epic Will Paper Victor could, but outside of that, I think Baka would be the only good team if they played on any other region and or LAN. Maybe I want Arc to prove me wrong, but I mean, I don't know. He's got some heavy lifting to do.